Good morning, America. This is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. The things that I talk to you about, ladies and gentlemen, are so clear to me. And it's so, demanding and such a wonderful thing. It is this to the degree that since I possess this and I look around and see the rest of the world or individuals, some having some of the same things, I'm not unique. But for the most part, the end result is so far from what I would say that I have to attribute this to a God, someone that is responsible for my being here. And so it empowers me to say, when I see a sign that says, let's make America great again, I think about the years that I've been here. I've never seen America measuring to a standard that I would consider as being great. And they're talking about again. And usually, well, we don't even want to go there on a day like today. But I decided that maybe I would talk to you about let's make America great. Let's put our focus not on again, but let's make America great. And what would making America great entail? Well, first of all, the thing that's most important as we see it in the world, especially in America, are the people. We the people. We're the people. We represent America. And what is it that allows us to continue surviving? And that is that our needs are met, like food and clothing and shelter, not just for every one. This, my friends, I guarantee you, not a single soul would object to that. And then there are other things that are essential to help in the development process because we are young and we do grow. And it is a purpose of growing. So we qualify ourselves in every way possible to be the best that we can possibly be. And we refer to that often as education. And our education process, it reaches across the borders of life. That includes you, we the people engaged in the various processes from one degree to the other. And so we want to make sure that that is extended and available to every soul that requires of it. That's everybody wants available to them. Not necessarily that they got to use everything, but to be accessible. My friends, anybody object? Of course not. And then we think about the education that allows us to prepare ourselves in protecting our health from the womb, because we need it at the beginning, to the tomb, and we need it even there. And so we are not about anything but satisfying all that is or might be. Why? Because, well, I'll explain that to you later. Everybody wants to have it available if they ever need it in any area of their lives. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Of course not. And since we've set up those things that would avail to us, those basic things that allow us to continue to exist, at least at a standard that is, hey, you gotta be beautiful. Because it is satisfying each and every last one of us. It's working. And how do we maintain such a standard as that? We have a way of thinking that acknowledges that the resources that are used to be able to cause the manifestation of all of the wonderful things that we as human beings have engaged ourselves in and created, multiplied, and set forth to the human species are immeasurable, and they're constantly growing. And it's free. It's by the power that is responsible for you, the power that is responsible for me, has made it available. Some of it is above the earth, some of it is on the earth, some of it is in the earth, some of it is seen, and some of it is invisible. But that power has made it possible. We know that, and we respond to that. And we say, who would have their needs? Who would have their wants? Who would have their desires met from the resources and causes that exist? We would say everybody would like to have. Every last one of us to this point are satisfied. But there's one thing that's most important, and that is that those of us who engage, who receive, give, we brought something. That's why we're here. And so nothing ties us down. No, we have the ability to choose that which gives us our greatest joy and engage in the process of creating and causing a manifestation in innumerable amounts that no one would have to suffer for anything. You see, and not a single one of us would disagree with that. Not a single one of us would disagree with that. And we do these things because we've learned that when we listen to others, we find out that there's one way, and that is the way of love. And the way of love is when it reaches everybody, when it causes no pain, when it causes no suffering, and it allows us to be free because we are doing what we came on this earth to do. Our motivation is to be alive, to do, to be. And we just grow. Why? Because we're representing an unseen power that's not nailed down, that's not hampered by anything, because we are free to be who we are. And some of us might be gay. And you know what I mean by gay, the LGBTQ. You don't like it? Okay. You didn't create these people. No more than you created yourselves. And to the degree that you created yourself is the same degree that they are created, with the same basic human rights to be loved, to engage in the process. Now, just as you, I'm talking to you now, do not have the right, any of you, to take away the freedom of any individual to make decisions about their own life. And I'm speaking about now, the women, talking about what the Supreme Court has done. This is always the right of the individual. You don't need a law to say this. This is a fact. Protecting whatever they're going for. And if you recognize something that you don't like, find out how to eradicate it the other way, the righteous way, by eliminating whatever brought it to this point. Eliminate that. You can't force people. Love does not force. Love loves. And love does what love does. But you can't do that if you don't know what love is. And so what I'm saying to everybody, Make It America, is to recognize these things, to decide, to make a determination. Now, one thing that I did not mention in there, there is one thing, let me make sure you understand what I'm saying. There is one thing I did not mention there. I have shown you the path to paradise. And I didn't say one thing about a penny. Not one dime, not one banker, not one loan, not one debt, not one interest, not one darn thing. Why? Because that's not life. That's the other. That's the games that are played on the people that have been created free, but have been bound by ignorance and a lack of knowledge and courage and faith to stand. I thought I'd take a moment today and say that with all the things that's going on, none of us can really say or put down this or that just because you don't like it, because every last one of us are vulnerable to the same types of negativities. Regardless where we might find ourselves on that totem pole of righteousness, at any moment, any of us can change. So we recognize that there are forces that causes people to be like they are. And there must be forces that will represent changes. And I, my friends, hope that it doesn't have to be suffering, pain and suffering. but that those who are led by the true Spirit always stand, so that those of us who are seeking to know might be able to see and follow. We need you. Until next time, I want to thank you. Thank you so very much for giving me this moment just to say that it is worth it to make America great, where everybody is smiling, everybody is satisfied in life. Nothing is holding you back. You are free to live, led by the Spirit that you have possessed and now allowed to live through you. And its movement is guided by love. Until next time, goodbye.